Hi, everyone. So, welcome in Precision Medicine. I'm going to talk to you about marketing. So, I'll start by telling you about the nascence of BrandTotal, I think. We at BrandTotal, we do agile marketing intelligence. So, what does that mean? I'll tell you a little bit about my background, for starters. So, I'm a psychologist. I have a master's in psychology, again, which I took into the better of mankind, straight into marketing and advertising. Went to work as a consumer psychologist for McCann, one of the world's leading agencies. I was doing strategy for Unilever, for Honda, IKEA, like all of these big brands. When I noticed that there is a big gap or big hole in what I'm doing, really couldn't understand what my competition is up to, specifically in the digital ecosystem. One story really resonated. So we saw declining market share in the deodorant category for Unilever for about a month with no apparent explanation. After about a month of these steady declines, one of the brand managers sends an email to the rest of us. Guys, watch out. There's a campaign directed to teens by one of your competitors, by one of our competitors. So I remember myself walking up to that girl and asking her, how did you know about this campaign? Because none of us saw it. And she said, well, I sat last night at home on my daughter's computer and I saw the ad. Your daughter. How old is she? She's 13 and I have another 15-year-old. They both use the same computer. So the computer was targeted, right, for the main user, who's the teen. And the mom stumbled upon the ad by mistake. As you can see by my cool millennial beard, not really a teen, nor a girl, which means that I'm not gonna get targeted for that specific ad. Also had the same problem with the Huggies account, couldn't get targeted for pregnancy ads. Jaguar also didn't want a piece of my budget, being a broke strategy guy from McCann. So the bottom line is, right, if you're not a part of the target audience, you do not get to see what's being put out there. And imagine the change or the big difference this method has done from like 3 or 4 years ago. You could just flip on the TV and see what your competition had put out there. So the phenomenon that I'm talking about is known in the name of dark marketing. What is dark marketing? Sounds nefarious. Don't be too scared. Basically, this refers to the inability of professional marketeers to measure, understand the digital landscape, the digital ecosystem that they live in because of all the technological advancements, right? So segmentation is just one of the pieces, right? If you're not a part of the target audience, you don't get to see what's being put out there. But also fragmentation, right? So that mom stumbled upon a banner ad. What happened on Facebook? What happened on Instagram? What happened on Twitter? They only get to see a slither of the information and not the entire big picture. Last but not least, personalization, right? When you launch a digital campaign nowadays, you launch 15 or 20 different ads, and you optimize, you A/B test until you get the result that you desire. This all refers to the phenomenon known as dark marketing. Dark marketing has also been in the news. The alleged Russian interference in the American election, that's exactly that, right? And though there is a big push for transparency in the digital ecosystem, there is still much that marketeers have no idea about. What's my share of voice between me and my competition? How loud am I? How much is my competition spending? How well are their ads working? Who are they targeting? All of these questions, which marketers had the answers for only 3-4 years ago, now are just one missing piece. So what do they do to counter this today? What do we do if we want to reduce stress? And that's my psychologist. Speaking. We try and control the result, right? So we obsessively plan, and then we blindly execute what we had planned. I sat many a times in a room in Q4, right? Planning what we thought would be the best course of action for Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 for the next year. But usually what happens during this time in the day and age that we live in, everything changes, right? Or as a good buddy of mine used to say, right? So everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. And this is what happens to marketers nowadays, right? They get blindsided. They have no ideas what's going on in their landscape. The strategies that they had put together, so they crafted this entire plan just 6 months ago, and now it's not relevant. So we've created a solution for that. We're basically able to reverse engineer every brand's marketing strategy. But not only that, we took the extra mile. We're able to spot threats and opportunities within a brand's respective competitive landscape in real time, so they can actually adjust their marketing strategy on the fly. They can be agile in their marketing. So full disclosure, Kobe here is one of my investors in Glilot, which he mentioned, talked about us. This idea, right, the origin of the kind of the brains behind the solution comes from the world of cybersecurity. So luckily for me, I'm a psychologist, but all of my co-founders come from these units that Kobe talked about earlier. So cybersecurity units, intelligence units. What they had iterated to me when I told them that I have this problem is, Alon, you have an intelligence problem. It's exactly the problems that we're facing in the worlds of cybersecurity and intelligence. Let's take what we do here and apply it into your world of marketing tech, and it should work. So it does. So this is the way we actually solve it, right? By applying cybersecurity methodologies and AI, which are both kind of the areas of interest that Kobe had mentioned earlier, in order to save this problem. And we're not doing agile marketing for fun. McKinsey, in one of their latest reports from 2018, had indicated that agile marketing is one of the key metrics for growth, which we all know is the key metric for marketing nowadays. So it's not only that they don't know of what's being put out there, they're not actually adjusting their actions to it, and we're actually able to help. I'll give you a sneak peek of what our marketing command center looks like. So this is it. This is, by the way, a snapshot from a real live marketing command center from one of our customers. You could guess who it is. We work with Fortune 500 companies. These are our customers, by the way, in the US, in the UK. We're also operational here. And basically what a marketer gets is a real-time dashboard that makes him understand what his competition is doing in real time, right? So this indicates right now that in this specific moment, Apple and LG are the biggest threat on the Samsung Galaxy brand right now, right? If it changes, then you'd see the circles move. If you double click into what goes on in that specific brand, so you're basically able to reverse engineer their entire marketing strategy. You know what their media mix is. You know what their goals are. What are they trying to communicate to their consumers? You know what the targeting is. You know what the age, the gender, the messaging. Just an interesting fact here. What you're basically seeing is that Apple is targeting millennials, while the Samsung audience skews older. An interesting fact that means a lot for the Samsung marketeers. We're not only able to do that, we're able to actually show you every creative or all of the marketing strategy that the brand puts out there, the performance of it, the sentiment analysis for the brand, and everything that a marketer needs to actually, as I mentioned, be agile in their marketing, specifically in this day and age. Thank you.